It's the age of high spectacle and massive budgets in Hollywood, but there are some movies that make it to the big screen that just tell a great story, and we can thank George Clooney for one of them. The Boys in the Boat is a movie that dedicates itself in telling an inspiring true story with relatable characters that gives you a satisfying feeling after watching it.
I feel amazing.
The logline for The Boys in the Boat describes the movie as a 1930s set story centered on the University of Washington's rowing team for their Depression-era beginnings to winning gold at the 1936 Berlin Olympics.
Hi, superheroes. Everything okay?
The Boys in the Boat may not be the next Oscar-winning sensation that earns major accolades from its critics. It is the kind of movie that has become increasingly rare from the major studios in Hollywood. It tells a story of human struggle, facing down odds that are unequivocally stacked against you. The screenplay was written by Mark L. Smith, who also wrote The Revenant, an Oscar-winning script that stars Leonardo DiCaprio. Now, this is a movie that knows what it sets out to do, with a production team headed by George Clooney, who only does a movie now because he genuinely wants to do it. The production quality is superb, and it doesn't try to do too much with a script that is heavy on relatable characters and meaningful subplots, which is where a lot of the charm of this movie comes from. Clooney managed to make a movie about the 8-man junior row team from Seattle, Washington that wins gold medal at the 1936 Olympics interesting to the audience because he focused on genuine human elements that only add to the main storyline. This movie isn't overly complicated, but it's in how George Clooney and the screenplay sets up the subplots as the 8-man team pursues a gold medal at the 1936 Olympics that makes this movie come alive. Winning the gold medal is a given, as they even tell you that right in the logline. But establishing the characters with emotional subplots is what gives this story real stakes in realizing a dream that can only be earned. Commitment, sacrifice, friendship, love, family, dedication, the longing for a better life through consistent hard work, and striving to become something no one believed you could be, including yourself. These are the things that The Boys in the Boat does so well, to give you a satisfying feeling by the time the movie is over. It's not scared to be a movie about 8 men and the others who surround them, the coaches, the boat builder, who share a dream with all of the odds stacked against them. George Clooney tells this story as truthfully as he can, giving you a genuine connection with the characters. There was a lot of hard work that went into making this movie, and filming on the water is always difficult to do. The budget offered from MGM was so low that Clooney had to give his directing feedback a week before he started shooting to meet the strict budgets that were all agreed to. All of the actors and crew were already trained, ready to go, and everyone had been hired for the shoot, with only a week before principal photography was to start. It was the only way to continue producing the movie, but Clooney eventually got it back because the movie came in under budget once it was all said and done. The result is a great movie that came together well enough to give you a smile and even produce a tear or two along the way. I love the fact that George Clooney isn't scared to make the movie he wants to make, given the climate in Hollywood. It's a movie without social justice messaging or check-the-box casting and production choices. There needs to be more movies like The Boys in the Boat that tell a great, emotionally inspired story and not be forced to formulate a screenplay around a set of messages that destroys the spirit of the story it's trying to tell. If I could have given one suggestion to George Clooney, it's to have come up with maybe a more dramatic title. The Boys in the Boat doesn't really convey the strong emotional subplots he created in this movie. But I do salute George Clooney and his movie The Boys in the Boat. I recommend that you give this movie a try. Give it a watch. I think you might like it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving The Boys in the Boat a score of 8. If you like what you heard, hit that like button as it really helps the channel out. It's greatly appreciated. Or even subscribe, become part of the community. I'd love to have you on board. And that's all we got until our next video. Cheers.